In today's world, our business is pretty much run on collaboration. We're constantly bringing in outside experts, vendors, you name it, to keep our critical systems humming. But, and this is a big but, this creates a massive challenge, right? How do you give people the access they need without just opening the floodgates and compromising your security? It's this constant balancing act.
And really, this is the question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. You got to let a plumber into your house to fix a leak, but you're definitely not going to give them a master key that unlocks every single room. Well, in the IT world, that problem is magnified 1,000 times over. And if you get it wrong, the consequences can be, well, catastrophic. So let's dive into that dilemma. For years and years, the go-to solution for remote access was the good old virtual private network, the VPN. And look, it was a decent tool for its time, but the world has changed, the threats have evolved, and honestly, the old ways just can't keep up anymore. They often create more problems than they solve.
Okay, now this slide really lays it all out. On one side, you've got your traditional VPN. The best way to think about it is like a giant tunnel. Once a vendor connects, they're basically on your network, often with way too much visibility. It needs client software, it can be clunky and slow, and it stretches your trusted network out into the wild, which is a huge risk. But on the other side, what we need today is a zero-trust approach. That means super specific, isolated access, no extra exposure, and a simple, clean experience. That gap between the two, that's exactly where the bad guys love to play.
So if that old model is broken, what's the fix? Well, this is where a totally new approach comes into play, one that's designed from the ground up for the world we live in now. And it all centers around this idea of a secure gateway.
And that's exactly what the RankEZ Remote Access Gateway is. It's purpose-built to solve this one very specific problem. I absolutely love this metaphor from the source material. It's a hardened IT entrance. See, it's not a wide-open tunnel. It's more like a reinforced front door with a very strict security guard who checks your ID, knows exactly which room you're allowed in, and walks you there and back. No wandering around allowed.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work under the hood? Let's take a look and visualize the flow of a connection. Because once you see the architecture, the security benefits just click.
And boom, here it is. This diagram just illustrates the core idea perfectly. Look at the two separate zones. Over on the left, you've got your remote vendor, just out there on the internet. On the right, that's your secure data center, your crown jewels. And the most important part, there is no direct network path between them. That firewall and the RankEZ Gateway in the middle, they act like a secure airlock, completely isolating your internal world from the outside.
So let's walk through this step by step. First, the vendor connects to the gateway using just their web browser. Seriously, no special software needed. Step 2, the system verifies who they are, usually with multi-factor authentication. Third, once they're verified, RankEZ creates this temporary encrypted bridge to the one specific system they need. And finally, they get access. The connection literally stops at the gateway. The vendor never, ever touches your actual internal network.
Now, an architecture like this delivers some incredibly powerful security benefits. It's so much more than just letting someone in. Let's break down the core value you get from a model like this.
First up, and this is a big one, is VPN-less access. I mean, just think how simple this is. Your vendor can use any modern browser to get a secure session, whether it's for a remote desktop, a command line, whatever. This completely gets rid of the headache of managing software on computers you don't even own, and it totally eliminates that risky network-level exposure you get with a VPN.
Okay, now this is a total game changer. It's called credential injection. It means your company's privileged access management system, think of it like a digital Fort Knox for your passwords, holds all the secrets. When the vendor goes to log into a server, RankEZ handles it for them, automatically injecting the password. So the vendor gets in, but they never see it, never type it, never know it. That secret never leaves your vault. It's brilliant.
And this brings us right back to that hardened entrance idea. A VPN puts a user on the network, right? Which means they could potentially start snooping around for other systems to hop to. That's called lateral movement. RankEZ, on the other hand, gives them a single, isolated path to a single machine. It's like you're forcing them to look through a soda straw. They can see what they're supposed to see and absolutely nothing else.
And the benefits just keep stacking up. This whole thing is the absolute definition of a zero-trust, verify-first model. It obviously integrates with things like MFA for rock-solid identity checks. And you know what? It even makes onboarding new vendors way faster and easier, taking a huge load off your IT team. It's the whole package.
So when you put all of this together, what does it really mean? It means you don't have to choose anymore. You don't have to pick between getting critical work done and maintaining an absolutely rock-solid security posture. You really can have both.
You know, I think this quote from the material just sums it all up perfectly. It ensures that your vendors have the access they need without the keys to the kingdom ever leaving your vault. The access is secure, it's audited, and most importantly, it's completely controlled by you.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. Something for you to take back and think about in your own organization. Take a really hard look at how your vendors are connecting to you right now. Is that connection an overlooked, insecure backdoor just waiting for someone to find it? Or is it a modern, zero-trust, fortified front door? The answer to that question could really make all the difference.